Hey everybody, welcome back. As you know, the September 15th deadline for estimated quarterly taxes is here, and I wanted to make a video showing you, basically recapping some of the last video to use the information from the spreadsheet in order to calculate how much we need to pay for this quarterly payment. I'm going to go over some of the stuff shown in the last video, but I'm not going to go into as much detail. So if you want to see the information that I'm talking about in more detail, I'll leave a link for the last video so that you can see how I broke down everything in much more detail. I just want to make a quick disclaimer that I'm not a tax professional and I don't work for any tax preparation services. So when it comes to your own taxes, please seek professional help in order to get the best possible answers for your questions. Okay, so for the sake of keeping this video shorter than the previous video, I've used the spreadsheet from the previous video and I've modified it in order to fit our situation for this second quarterly payment. So I calculated the earnings and the deductions from each week that I did DoorDash, or in any other case, if you're a 1099 worker, you can use this spreadsheet to calculate all of your earnings, subtract your deductions, and find your profit. So then I took the profit from each week and I added it all up to get my total profit. From there, I used that profit and multiplied it by each tax rate to find how much I owe for each part of our taxes. So then I took my quarter one payment, which was the profit from each of the weeks from quarter one. So from January 1st to April 15th. And I multiplied the total profit from each of those weeks by 22% to find the federal tax. And then I multiplied it by 15.3% to find the self-employed tax. And I multiplied it by 8% to find the state tax. So this was what I paid for my quarter one payment. This is the total amount due from all of the weeks, and my earnings stopped 1 week after quarter one had ended. So to find my quarter two payment, which is the payment of just 1 week of earnings, I subtracted my quarter one payment from my total payment needed in order to find the quarter two amount due for each of these categories. In order to make it easier on myself, I added together the federal tax and the self-employment tax since they're both going to the IRS. So this is how much I will pay to the IRS, and this is how much that I will pay to the state of California. Okay, so now that we have our totals for how much we need to pay for our quarterly payment, we'll go back to the IRS website and go to make a payment, and then go down here to bank account and direct pay on the left, and then you'll go down to make a payment, and for the reason you'll type in your estimated tax. Make sure that you have all of this set correctly and press continue. And then you will confirm that you have your information correct. And now you'll type in whichever tax year you'd like to verify your information, and then you'll fill out the rest of your information here, and they will compare it to your previous taxes to verify your identity, and then you'll be able to continue on and make your quarterly payment for the IRS. So in this case, I'd get to the end and I'd use the information from before to pay my $30 payment. And if I remember right, the IRS will allow you to pay the exact amount, but the state of California will only allow you to round up to the nearest dollar. So now that we've made our federal quarter two tax payment, we will go to the state of California. This is the state that I live in. Once again, if you live outside of the state of California, I would imagine that there is a similar way to make your quarterly payments online, but I'm not familiar with them. So you'll have to do a little bit of research to figure out how you can pay your state taxes. If you live in the state of California like I do, you can go to the California Franchise Tax Board website and go down here to make a payment, and you'll click on the bank account option here and use WebPay Personal. And from here you'll have to type in all your information so that they can compare it with the previous year and verify your identity once again. This one, like I mentioned in the previous video, you may have to go through and create an account with the state before this is accessible. So hopefully you've already done that. They'll allow you to start creating your account, and then they will let you know that they're going to send you a letter in the mail with a PIN number on it. You'll get that PIN number and return to the website. Type in the PIN number where they ask for it, and you'll be able to finalize your account. It's almost like when you're setting up an account for some other service, they'll send you a confirmation email, and you'll have to go into the email and confirm that that's your correct email address before they'll finalize your account. So once you do that, then you can go through and make your state payment as well online, which the online payment is the easiest way that I've found to make your quarterly payment. So this is how I paid my Q2 estimated tax payment. Like I said before, the Q1 was postponed until July 15th of this year. So I paid my Q2 payment at this deadline for September 15th. And this was kind of a recap of a very specific part of my previous video, but in a condensed version. So if you want to see a more detailed description of how to make quarterly payments, you can go to my first video, and I'll leave a link so that you can get to it. And I'll talk more about the entire process of calculating and finding out how to pay your taxes as a 1099 worker. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching the video. Please leave a thumbs up on this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this talking about personal finance. And thanks again for watching.